Hello everyone, I am delighted to see your positive responses to my previous video. In the last episode, we witnessed Ares banishing Red from the hero team due to jealousy. Currently, Red is running a small apothecary shop in Zoltan, living a peaceful life with Rit. However, his former teammates have now discovered Ares' scheme, and Danon has set out to find Red. Let's tune in to find out what happens next. At the start of the episode, we see Red wake up with a blush on his face after noticing the sleeping beauty lying next to him. Later, we see Red and Rit working together at the shop. Red's inner thoughts reveal that he never imagined living a life like this, but he's content with it. Suddenly, a group of adventurers arrive at the shop and are shocked to see Rit, Zoltan's most formidable adventurer, working for Red. Rit reveals her retirement and moving in with Red, causing a disorder amongst them. They leave the shop to process their thoughts. Rit suddenly craves for mead, but there isn't any at home. Rit goes to buy some mead, while Red takes care of the shop. Just then, Albert comes to the shop, berating Red for his life choices, and demands answers from Red about who killed the owlbear. Red denies any involvement with what happened to the owlbear, but Albert is convinced because of the wound on the owlbear. Albert attacks Red, but Red doesn't fight back and acts as a weakling. Before the situation escalates, Rit arrives and angrily attacks Albert. She is so angry that she could kill Albert, who is shocked at the sight of Rit in Red's shop, as well as Red's quickness, as he appeared next to them in a split second, with the bottle of mead in hand that Rit dropped while attacking Albert. Red calms her down, and Rit tells Albert to get out of the shop. Rit wants to kill him, but Red denies because he is the only B-rank adventurer in the town now, and the town needs his protection, even if he is a jerk. That night, they have a peaceful dinner while drinking mead, and Rit wants to buy a big bathtub. The next day, as they visit Zeph's sauna, Red gets involved in a competition with his friends. Later, they notice a real lack of customers. Zeph reveals that it is because of new competition, a bigger, fancier sauna built by the nobles. So everyone wants to go there, and Zeph is also thinking of closing the sauna. Now scolds Zeph for his defeatist attitude, stating that they will keep coming back to his sauna. Later in Red's house, Red, now, and Tanta meet over tea and are worried because they like Zeph's sauna. Rit asks Red for an idea to attract more customers. Red has an idea of using a potpourri sack in the sauna itself. The herb makes it more relaxing and also cures tiredness and stress. The next day, they go to the sauna and propose the idea to Zeph. The idea is a success and earned the place a lot of customers. They even test the sauna with the potpourri sack in place, with hilarious results. Red enters the sauna, but gets shocked to see Ridden now coming in as well. Red gets embarrassed and tries to leave, but now provokes him, forcing Red to stay. She makes fun of both Red and Rit. Later that afternoon, they bid farewell to each other, and Rit reveals the reason for her getting a bottle of mead that day. It reminded her of an old tradition in Lagurvia about a married couple traditionally taking time off and drinking mead together, making Red blush. Meanwhile, in the desert, we see Ares shouting at Danon for leaving the party. Tizi arrives and informs them about the situation. Theodora asks Tis if she feels that joining the party was a mistake, as the hero's party is encountering failure after failure. Tizi denies it, and Theodore tells her that these problems never occurred when Gideon was with them. She also thinks that the party needs. Next day, we see Red and Rit preparing to open the shop when someone knock the door. Red answer it and find out the Adventurer Guild's branch chief and some other high-position person standing there. They wants to talk to Rit and ask her to come out. Rit tell them to wait as they are currently in the middle of preparing the shop. After a short time, Rit goes to talk to them, and the chief of Thief Guild enter the shop. He offer Rit a huge amount of money in returns of leaving Rit, but he refuse. Outside, they all offer many things to Rit, but she is committed to quit adventuring and wants to work with Red. She also warned them to not haunt Red, or she will take revenge. Inside, she apologized to Red for the inconvenience, and Red give her an amber bracelet afterwards. Meanwhile, the Thieves Guild wants Rit back into adventuring, preferably on their side, as well, for fear that she could become a problem to them later, if she goes solo. A mercenary take the responsibility of getting Rit back into the guild, and the head allow him. At the store, Rit remembers the time before the forces of Lagurvia and the party vanquished the Demon Lord's army. When Lagurvia was in trouble, the party went to the nearby Duchy of Sunland to ask for help, but they had to cross the Bewitching Woods, an area where no human dares to enter. Even the Demon Lord didn't know the way out of the woods, but with the help of Red's friend Yerendrala, a high elf immune to the effects of the woods. They prepare to go through the forest. Red thinks of Yarendrala as a trusted comrade and a close friend whom he can trust with his life. They prepare to enter the forest and hire some mercenaries to help them. Rit gets jealous after seeing the bond between Yarendrala and Red, and thinks that Yarendrala likes Gideon. On the way, Rit notices how close Gideon and Yarendrala are and becomes depressed. Rit also notices Rudy watching her actions. Yarendrala then comes close to Rit and invites her to take a bath together at the nearby river. At the river, Yarendrala reveals the fact that she and Gideon are just friends. And because she is an elf with a long lifespan, she doesn't want to fall in love with someone she can't be with for the rest of her life. She urged Rit to pursue her love for Gideon. Later, when they cross the woods, they find demon scouts waiting for them at the end of the forest. Gideon and Yarendrala decide to distract them, but Rit think it's very dangerous. Rudy tell her to stop ordering her party and order Gideon and Yarendrala to proceed with the plan. Then we also see the power of Rudy, the hero, firsthand, as she lay waste to the demon lord's army. When Gideon come back with Yarendrala, Rudy hug him and apologize to him for giving him a dangerous task. Rit later split from the hero's party to rebuild her homeland and journey on her own later. In present, Red remind her of her duty, and she rushed to do the delivery. On the road, Der meet with Rudy, and threatens her to join the thief guild if not. He is going to reveal her identity as a princess. Rit doesn't care and tell him to do as he wants, because her social status and game doesn't matter anymore. She just want to live with Red, making Der shocked and speechless. In the desert, Rudy think of her older brother Gideon. Because of the hero blessing, she doesn't need to eat and sleep anymore. That's why it's getting more hard for her. We see flashback where Ares lied to her about Gideon leaving the hero party and acting as a scout. She realizes that Ares did something to make Gideon leave, as she could see through his lies, causing her to lose control and punch him to near death. Luckily, she controlled herself and healed him just in time, and now she could feel the hole her brother left behind. Next day, while on a medicine delivery to Dr. Newman's clinic, Red and Newman go to see Jackson and find him collapsed on the floor. In the clinic, Newman reveals that Jackson is a victim of poisoning, which the doctor diagnoses as a narcotic drug overdose caused by the recently approved painkiller. At the shop, Red is angry at Red for coming late, and Red make a delicious lunch for her. Red reveals today's incident and wonder who is making the drugs. They decide not to investigate it, since it's not their job anymore. Red the propose to take a picnic break, and Rit happily agree to it. They go to the riverside and enjoy swimming in the river. They also get to spend some time together and confess their love to each other. In the desert, Rudy and his teammates finally found the dungeon the previous demon lord left. Ares proudly boasts about his capabilities. Theodore tell Tizy to fill up the supplies, and they rest at the oasis. Tizy asks when does she sleeps. Rudy replies saying how due to her blessing, she doesn't need to eat, drink or sleep anymore. She also slowly forgetting her emotions, including her love for her brother. That's why she can't recall her brother even when she wants to, making Tizy pity her. At the shop, Red and Rit are back to their work, but suddenly an injured man enter the shop. Red quickly help him, while Rit go outside to check the situation. Outside, she find a member of Albert's party acting strange and killing civilians. More strange berserk peoples appear and attack her. She fight them, but doesn't want to kill them. Albert appear and kill his teammates. He also mock Rit, but gets scared when she threatens him. In the afternoon, Red wonder why there is no clues on the drugs, but Rit don't want to involve in this matter. Al and Tanto arrive and join them in the lunch. Al's blessing just got activated, and now he is feeling anxious for some reason. Red think it's because his blessing is Weapon Master, and since he still doesn't have a suitable weapon for himself to master, he is feeling anxious, making Al worried if he is changing because of his blessing. Red tell him about the importance of blessings in one's life and motivate him. In an inn, Danon is approached by an unknown man. He introduces himself as Bui and is also searching Gideon. He wants Danon's help to search Gideon quickly. At night, a storm is going. Red and Rit are enjoying warm milk with honey, and Red remember that when they were children, it was Rudy's favorite. Little Red gets worried after seeing Rudy not showing any emotions. As a kid, he would invent reasons to hold Rudy's hand and promise to become a knight, so he could adventure with her. He also tell her about emotions and ask her to show her emotions more freely, causing her to smile. Red say in future, if she doesn't want to do anything, she just have to tell Hema and D he will take care of the matter for her. In present, someone knock on the door, and Dr. Newman suddenly arrives with an injured Al. So this is where the video ends. As I expected, It's because of her blessing that Rudy always remain expressionless. She love her big brother, but slowly forgetting all her emotions. Now when Red is not present besides her, she is becoming more of a machine than a person. But is she really becoming a hero by forgetting all her emotions? Also, what happened to Al? We will all find out in the upcoming episodes, so make sure to like and share the video. Subscribe my channel for more videos like this. I will see you in the next one.